How's it going, guys? Vesteria had their Easter update recently, and today I'm going to be showing you where all of the egg locations are and how to start the quest. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Nogarf just right outside of the bank, and you're going to find this guy, the yellow bunny, the Easter bunny. Then you're going to start the quest that says Easter Hunt 2025. You just say hunt for what? Alright, so then as you can see here, we have Coliseum, Dragon's Perch, Lost Corridor, Mushtown, Tel Rules Mall, and the Pit. Alright, so now that we're at the Coliseum, as you can already hear, right outside of Taximan Dave, there's that interesting sound, which is going to be where all eggs are. Right underneath this cannon is going to be your first egg. Boom. And then we got a chocolate egg. Sometimes you'll get other stuff from the eggs, but you might see that later on. The next egg is going to actually be around the edge of the Coliseum, so you just gotta go around where and then find where this broken pillar area is, and there's one right here. Alright, and then the next egg, you're just gonna keep going around the edge underneath these arches, and then you're gonna find where this broken tree is at, and the egg is gonna be literally right underneath of this on top of this wall under this rubble. So boom, there's the next egg. Then immediately following right after this egg, if you look up here, there's an egg right up here. And the way that you're going to get to that is just going around here and then parkouring your way up. It's pretty simple. And then you just go around here, jump up, and then you jump down there and then onto the wood. And then you're there. Now this fourth egg is kind of tricky. It's going to be inside of the Coliseum, so you got to be really careful for other people who might want to kill you. Alright, and then the location of the egg inside of the Coliseum is going to be over right where this cannon is at, and then there's going to be these trees here and stuff, and then you just go right down in this hole under this bush, and you're going to find the egg. Alright, and for the sixth and final egg, you're going to find where this tree has fallen over and broken the Coliseum, and then you're just going to drop all the way down from here. There's going to be a big pillar here, and then right next to the pillar is an opening to the mountain maze. So you're just going to go through it. I completely forget like the route that you're supposed to take for this maze. So you kind of just got to like fall around and mess with it until you get it. Alright, and then after you have made it through the maze, it's going to be the path to the Gorgog lab, and then there's going to be an egg just right outside of it, and then that's your sixth and final egg. And then you'll get the egg head for the Coliseum, which is just a vanity item, and it glows with fire. It's pretty cool. Alright, and then our next stop is Lost Corridor, which you can find just off of the beginning path of Coliseum. Lost Corridor is going to be a PvP enabled area, but it shouldn't matter because people for the most part are probably going to respect you as long as you don't fight them. Okay, the first couple of eggs are actually going to be sort of towards the top of this wall. So then you're just going to go through the gate. If it's not already open, somebody could probably open it for you. And then you're just going to enter in here, come up here. Your first egg is going to be inside of here. And then immediately following after, you're just going to go and exit up here, and your second egg is literally just right here. Oh, and hey, look, I got bunny ears from that. Alright, and then after you've broken this one, your third egg is literally just going to be right down here. The fourth egg is literally just going to be right down here, so you're just going to straight up drop down into the water, and underneath, it'll be right there. And look, we got a carrot bow. Then immediately after breaking that egg, we're going to go around to this way, come around here, and there's the fifth egg. But I completely forgot, but you can go for this one for like your third egg. There's another one on top up here. And then you get the Egghead 2025 Lost Corridor, which looks like this. It's just black. Well, you can't see it, but it's just black and sparkly. Alright, and then the next place we're going to go is Mushtown, because it's just at the beginning of the game, and it's probably one of the easiest. Alright, so the first egg in Mushtown, immediately when you get off of Taximan Dave, is literally just right up here. Boom, our first egg. Then actually moving away from the Mushtown area, we're going to go over towards the start of the game. There's going to be a mushroom here that you can hear the egg underneath. Just drop it down in this hole, and it's going to be buried right in the dirt right here. We got a basket staff from that. All right, and then you're going to go from that starting area just over here where there's the caravan and this guy. And in here is going to be your next egg. And then there's the caravan over there. So then you're just going to head over here towards the mushroom forest. And your next egg is going to be on top of the wall, as I thought. I got a golden gift from that. Golden gifts are actually pretty cool. And then immediately after getting the one on the wall down here, there's going to be this big ruined tower up here. And I'm just going to go for this one next because it's just the closest one nearby. And it's nice to get this one out of the way anyways. So basically you're just going to go through this wall, jump up here, and then up here. And just keep following the path up until you basically get to the very top where it's ruined. And then in the corner here is your next egg. We got another pair of bunny ears. Cool. All right, and then you're just going to come down from the mountain, and then you're going to go down and through this mushroom area. And then you'll start to see the green mushrooms. And then at the very end behind this chest is going to be your next egg. There we go. Then if you just exit the door and then literally just run right over here, go in this hole, and then just drop down here. Here's your next egg. It's where all the baby ratties are at. We got another carrot bow. Very nice. All right, and then immediately after coming back out towards the bridge, there's going to be an orc camp over here. Just go inside of the orc camp. And then right in this corner, in the very back of the orc camp, is going to be your next egg. Looks like we don't have any more room for our carrot bow. All right, the next egg is actually going to be inside of the PvP area, which is not ideal. But then you just got to see if you can ask somebody to come to the PvP area. All right, and now we have started the PvP because somebody came and opted to get it. And then they'll probably get it next. And then once they've gotten it, you just got to kill the person. We died immediately because we only had 1 health. One thing I completely forgot to mention is the mayor's house has an egg inside of it. So before you go over and do that second egg, you might want to grab this one. If you've already grabbed the other eggs, my apologies. All right, and then next you're going to go through this little area with the wall, and then you're going to go off the straight off path where it says don't enter with all the Mario looking mushrooms. Then you're just going to follow all the way to the end down here, and then there is your next egg right behind this mushroom. We got another item, but I don't know why it's saying my inventory is full, because it is very clearly not. Maybe it's because we have 2 items here. There we go. So if you have 2 slots open in your inventory, it doesn't mean that your inventory is empty or has those 2 slots, just due to the items in your side slot. I know this tutorial is kind of all over the place. It's just because I'm trying to like remember where all the eggs are. But basically your final egg, at least for my tutorial, is going to be in the treehouse up here. So you're just going to bounce off this mushroom, not like that. You're simply just going to drop off of the branch onto the mushroom, and then you'll get on. Enter inside, and then you'll get the egg. But you'll also get the mushroom hat too. But you get the next egg, which is the Mushtown egg, which looks kind of creepy and looks like cordyceps. Anyways, next I'm going to go to the pit. Now, if you're still somewhat unfamiliar on how to get to the pit, because I know it can be tricky even at a high level if you're sort of new to the game, you're going to go inside of Batty Cage, which is just right inside of Nogar's sewers. Head through that door, right through this corridor here, jump down and into this hole, and then you're just going to go down here, and then you're going to see this, go this way, and then loop back around. And then you're going to see that again, drop down, you're going to take the right hole down here. And then you're just going to keep going further down here, around this way, and then up. You're going to see this grate, go ahead to the right, and then just slip through that wood. Now you're in the pit. Now for the pit, our first egg is actually going to be up here. So just jump up. If you don't have Hunter or anything else, there is technically another way to get here. But I just like to get this one first since it's the closest. And we're dead. Alright, we're just going to go down. And then the next egg is actually going to be right up here. So just go up the debris. It's kind of hard to get up. And if you're not a hunter, it's going to be even harder to get up. But you just got to take your time trying to get up here. I'm simply just going to use my mount to get up here because it just is the easiest way. Then you're just going to break it. And then immediately after this one, actually, there is another egg inside of this pipe right here. So there's that egg. And you're just going to literally come right over here and get this egg. I'm trying my best. There we go. We got another pair of bunny ears. Let's go. And then immediately after this egg, go behind here. And then there's another egg hidden and tucked away right behind this area. Then immediately after all of those, we're going to run around to the edge of here and break this egg right here. Alright, and then once you've gotten this egg, you're just going to head over here and then jump up the debris. And then once you're up here, you're going to go over here, through here. You can already hear another egg actually, but you're going to go down here and then across. And there's one just right underneath of the possum spawn. Alright, and then for your next egg, you're just going to come out of that area and climb up to the pit ratty pit. And then your next egg is just right there. Another way that you can get to that first egg I showed you is just climbing straight up here and getting it. I actually did not realize, and I completely forgot, that there's actually just an egg directly underneath of here on this pipe. So you're just going to jump up here, however you get up, and get that egg. Now next, we're going to go back into the big room and then go in the other hole in this wall. Your next egg is going to actually be up and above the slime pit. Right, then you're just going to jump up these. I believe there actually is another way up that doesn't require you to jump up these, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so it's going to be just right here. And we got another basket staff. Awesome. All right, and then away from the slime pit, you're just going to go up here to this other slime pit. Jump over the slime and then climb up this wooden beam. And as you can already hear, there's an egg just simply right here. Make your way through here, even further down. You're going to fall into this room. Now it's easier if you actually just go up here and then around, because you have less of a risk to fall in that grate. And then boom, here's our next egg. Another basket staff, wow. And then another way you can actually get to the slime pit egg that I was just showing you is by kind of just like falling down here. I don't know what just happened there, but great. I'm sorry, this tutorial is all over the place, but yeah, one of the eggs is also just in slime pit. It was green, so it blended in, but now this is the pit egg head. It's really kind of ugly looking, but I mean, that's just kind of the pit for you. So those are all the pit eggs. I don't know why I couldn't remember that one was there. Next, I'm going to head to Tel Rules Mall. Alright, so on Tel Rules Mall, the first egg is going to be on top of like the lookout post or whatever you call this thing. And immediately you're just going to jump down. And then there's another egg right here. And then for the next egg is actually just swim straight across somewhere on the edge of the bank right here. Alright, and that's that egg. Alright, and then you're just gonna drop all the way down to this clam, and there's an egg literally inside of it. Carrot bow. Nice. Then head over to the ship, and then on the top of the mast is going to be another egg. Then drop down over here behind the cannon, another egg. Alright, and then that egg goes over there, and then we're just going to drop down in here. And then run all the way over here. Unfortunately, there are some pirates here, being annoying. But just kill them, and then there's an egg right underneath of the cannon. Then at the very front of the ship, you're going to go up this, and then come over here, and behind this grass is going to be your next egg. Then head up from the ship until you get up to this landmass that's sort of just right here. Inside of here is going to be another egg. I also did forget that there is one right next to the ship right here, just barely above it. We got a banquet blade. Nice. There always seems to be that one egg, I can't remember, but this one is going to be right up here just above the ship. You're going to go to where these sort of chain looking plants are, and it's going to be right here. And our final egg is not because I forgot, but because it is the most difficult to do probably in the entirety of this challenge. But basically you're going to go to the shop, which is over near these sea urchins. You're going to swim up into this hole in here, and the egg, yes, is behind a quest wall. And it's probably one of the longest quests in Vesteria, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So simply just talk to this lady. So you got to go talk to Joanne Grime in Port Fidelia. I'm actually going to swim up to the surface and get myself another Tel Rules Mall rune. If you don't know how to normally get to Tel Rules Mall, you just go to Forsaken, and then there's a little one of these guys. Actually, this guy down here, he's going to be in this same little boat on the end of the island. Alright, and then once you're in Port Fidelia, you're just going to head over to the big building, and then talk to this guy right here. Then he's going to ask for 3 lobsters, which means you now have to actually go back to Tel Rules Mall. And then in order to get the lobsters, you're just going to go down here, find the area with the sea urchins and stuff, but you're just going to come over to this part. And in order to get lobsters, you just have to get up close to them and then pick them up, because they will try to run away from you. And then we're going to head back to Port Fidelio. So come back to this guy, talk to him, and he will accept the reward. Then you're going to talk to him again, start a new quest, and then you need 1 black pearl and 10 white pearls. So head back to Tel Rules Mall, and then you're going to go down, and you're going to find all of these clams and just open them up. There's a white pearl. We're just going to ignore that tombstone there. A black pearl, so you can get black pearls out of clams. That's perfect. Also, another tip is once you believe that you have found all of the clams that you can find and you still don't have enough, you can literally just server hop and your clams will reset. So as you can see, I just went to a new server and my clam has been reset. Alright, so I finally got all of the white pearls, so let's head back to Port Fidelio. Also, for some reason, my RNG today was just terrible. Unlike the first time that I went through this event, like, I got pearls right off the bat. But, you know, if you end up finding yourself not getting a lot of pearls out of the shells, but you won't have multiple black pearls, people will trade their white pearls for black pearls because they're trying to get them to do the dungeon. Anyways, we're just going to go back over to this guy, and we're going to finish this quest. We got the oceanographer's certificate, so now we're just going to head back to Tel Rules Mall. And this was the last time that you had to go from Tel Rules Mall to Port Fidelio. Now we're just staying in Tel Rules Mall. Alright, and then we're going to head back into the shop. And then we're going to talk to the doctor again. Then you're going to talk to her again. She's going to ask you to go defeat 6 hermit crabbies, 7 baby hermit crabbies, and then 9 elder hermits. It's going to show you where their crabs are at, so don't worry about having to find them. There's a lot right here, which is perfect for me. That's 5. Alright, so that's the 9 elder hermit crabbies out of the way. Let's go kill some baby hermit crabbies. Now we're just taking care of those 7 baby hermit crabbies. So sometimes you'll run into this thing where like it'll say that they're at an area and then they won't be, but it could just be like where a nest of them spawn in. Alright, so we finally got that done, and now we can go back up into here. Then we're going to talk to her again, finish that quest. Alright, and then we're going to start the next quest, which is defeat 3 baby terrors and then the terror of the deep. Let's take out those baby terrors first, because they're way easier to do that way. Baby terrors will typically just kind of be floating around wherever. Baby terrors are much easier to take out. They just don't have as much health, but, you know, just take care of them as you go. Honestly, for the baby terrors, like these little boxes and stuff, it's more of just like a spawn point area. Just saying, hey, there could be one here. But it doesn't always mean that that's exactly where one will be. I think my problem is I'm in a server with not a lot of people. So I'm going to join a server with more people because the spawn rate will go up when there's more people in a server. Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason, a lot of the time, there just seems to be a baby terror stuck up in those thorns, so that's a good place to find it. That's the terror of the deep. We're not ready to kill that yet. It's saying that there's apparently a baby terror up here, which there is. And now we have that out of the way. And then in order to kill the terror of the deep, there's a sort of a method that I like to use. You just lure it over to like one of these things. And sometimes it'll get stuck just like outside. It's very weird and very finicky with the movement that it has. But sometimes you get it stuck inside the thing and then you're able to just kind of hit it as you go. Now the Terror of the Deep does have 737,000 health, so it does take quite a while to kill. Here, I'll speed this up for you guys. Alright, so we just killed the Terror of the Deep. I'm actually surprised that that didn't go worse than it typically does. It just stayed very still for us. And now we go back up to the shop. Alright, and then you're going to talk to her, complete that quest, and she's got one more quest for you. This one is super simple, and you don't have to do a bunch of stuff like the rest of the quests. So you're going to come out of the shop with this hole, and then you're just going to drop down to this little building down here. Into this broken window, and then you're going to pick this up. The mysterious vial. Then just swim straight back up and complete the quest. I know I said it was the last quest, and this looks like it's a quest, but just talk to her again. So I thought it was the last quest. It's because I had picked this up before, but there's a baby sea urchin that you need to collect. So basically, when you come out of here, you're just going to go over to where that Terror of the Deep was stuck in the wall, which is down here. And then you're just going to swim up, and then through here, and it's going to be right here. So pick that up, and then just drop back down. You may die. It's fine. If you do die, you'll end up back here. Just swim back down to the shop. So go back into the shop, go and talk to her, and complete the quest. You'll get the scuba mask and the open door. There is your final egg. It is the worst egg to get in this game, and it takes forever. But we got the Tel Rules Mall egg and a banquet blade. Very cool. By the way, all of the loot inside of the eggs are randomized, so you never know really what you're going to get. I got a ton of the golden presents first time around, but this time I'm getting a lot more weapons. Alright, so then all that we have left is Dragon's Perch. So once you've left Taximan Dave, there's literally your first egg is going to be just like directly underneath of the bridge right here. And I got a carrot bow. Your next egg, you're just gonna literally run to the end here, go through this hole, and then make your way down to here where you'll find your next egg. I got another golden gift. Awesome. Alright, and then the next egg, you're just gonna follow the path from the town up past this statue, around, and then just keep coming. And you're gonna find this green lantern. Enter. Come all the way to the back. And right behind the statue is gonna be your next egg. Then what you're gonna want to do from there is just come through here. And then climb up this dragon statue. Alright, and then once you're done climbing up the dragon statue, right at the mouth where the waterfall is going to be another egg. Hey, and we got bunny ears. Nice. And then the next step is to just jump over to these trees. And then you're just going to come over here, be very, very careful. Jump down these branches. And then there's your next egg. Alright, so once you've gotten the egg that was on that tree branch, you're going to come over to this temple. And you're going to head inside. Run in and quickly climb up the rope. In the corner of the top room is going to be your final egg. Then you're just going to leave. And then drop down here. Maybe don't face plant like I did. Then you're going to run past these carrots and then past this torii gate. There's going to be a wheelbarrow over here, and then you're going to get your next egg from here. Alright, so once you're done with the area over there, you're just going to make your way across the thorn bridge, the normal bridge, and then the parkour, and then make your way over here. Just climb up this path. Alright, so then once you have made your way up, you're going to see this little area, and then once you get over to this dragon statue and the monks, inside of the mouth is your next egg. Okay, and then once you're done with that egg, you're just going to run over here, drop down, and then you're going to go across this bridge to this gate over here. Now, once you've gone inside of the gate, just drop down, land here, and there's going to be an egg directly behind this owl statue. Alright, and then once you're out of there, you're just going to come up and around this mountain. And just keep climbing till you get to the very top. Alright, and then once you're at the very top of this mountain, you're just gonna find your egg right here. Oh, I got a flower bouquet and more chocolate eggs. Alright, so once you've gotten the egg from the top of that mountain, just come back to this dragon statue where you found that one egg, and then cut through the bamboo over to this parkour. And then just complete the parkour. Alright, and then once you completed the parkour, just head down this dragon until you see a hole in the wall. So right here. Alright, so then once you found that hole, you're just going to go down here. And then around. And then you're going to drop down here. And then find an opening. It's going to be right here. You're just going to go out here, and then there's an egg just tucked away right underneath of there. Alright, and then the final egg is actually going to be in this waterfall, and then through this wall, inside of this like jail cell looking thing. And then just break the door down, and then you can get the egg. And now you have all of the eggs for the Easter event. And then this is the one for Dragon's Perch. Now you're just going to head back to Nilgarth. Alright, so once you're in Nilgarth, you're going to see that the Easter Bunny's icon is up. So then just go and talk to him. And then accept rewards. And now you have the Easter Bunny vanity costume. Very nice. And then also you can unlock the Easter Emporium and buy equipment. Like these boots, for example. These boots will basically negate any sort of fall stun. So then if you like jump from somewhere like here, you just bounce up and then you keep going. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that is how you get every single egg for the Vesteria Easter update and even what you get for it. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed and I hope you found this guide helpful. don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day or night, whatever time it is, and I will see you all later.